So yesterday I uploaded a video on my channel completely unrelated to this situation, but a bunch of the comments on that video were saying to talk about the Lil Tay situation. And by situation I mean quite possibly the worst situation that could have possibly ever happened, because it was announced, and you'll see why I'm putting that in quotation marks in just a second, that Lil Tay had passed away. Now I'm going to say instantly in case you haven't already heard, but that's not true. It's turned out to not be true. This was some weird fucking hoax, and when you dive a bit deeper into it, there's something sketchy going on, and whoever is behind this is genuinely disgusting, scum of the earth, worst form of human being. Now I knew the comments on my last video were going to be all about that because it was such a huge story, but truth be told, I would have never made a video about Lil Tay dying. I just would have felt a bit weird even talking about that. It's such devastating news, and I don't think it's something you want fucking MARKIE to talk about on YouTube, right? But obviously it's not true, which in itself is unbelievable news. Lil Tay is alive, which is the best news that could have possibly came out of this. But now we have a completely different situation as to why this news broke and who is behind it. So first of all, let's have a look at the original statement, which we now know is fake. It is with a heavy heart that we share the devastating news of our beloved Claire's sudden and tragic passing. Now straight away, whoever wrote this, disgusting, grim human being. Like, imagine actually writing all this stuff down, even though a lot of people seem to believe that this was actually AI generated, because people started putting prompts into ChatGPT, or whatever it's called, saying, can you write a tribute note or whatever to somebody who's passed away, and it came out with something very similar. But regardless, whoever came up with this, disgusting. We have no words to express the unbearable loss and indescribable pain. This outcome was entirely unexpected and has left us all in shock. Her brother's passing adds an even more unimaginable depth to our grief. Now before we go any further, this sentence in particular raised a lot of doubts to me instantly. And I was actually with someone yesterday when I found out about this, and we were looking into it, just kind of reading up about what people were saying, what articles were saying, and just any bit of information we could find. And pretty instantly, we had some doubts. And you don't want to have doubts, right? Because you want to think no one would ever do something like this. But this is the first thing that stood out to me. In this note about two people dying, they say Claire's name, right? And then suddenly they describe her brother as her brother. Now, can you imagine how disrespectful that would be to just say her brother in a statement about him dying? Like, that would be fucking weird. But yeah, either way, let's carry on with the statement that says, during this time of immense sorrow, we kindly ask for privacy as we grieve this overwhelming loss, as the circumstances surrounding Claire and her brother's passing are still under investigation. Claire will forever remain in our hearts, her absence leaving an irreplaceable void that will be felt by all who knew and loved her. Now, yet again, this isn't true, which makes it completely insane, because a day later, a statement was provided to TMZ from Tay's family saying, I want to make it clear that my brother and I are safe and alive, but I'm completely heartbroken and struggling to even find the right words to say. It's been a very traumatizing 24 hours. All day yesterday I was bombarded with endless heartbreaking and tearful phone calls from loved ones, all while trying to sort out this mess. She also says, my Instagram account was compromised by a third party and used to spread jarring misinformation and rumours regarding me, to the point that even my name was wrong. My legal name is Tay Tian, not Claire Hope. Now this last bit is very confusing because Tay's manager or ex-managers came out and said that he also only knew Tay as Claire Hope, so I don't know what her legal name is, but she's saying it's Tay Tian. But regardless of that, this in itself is unbelievable news, okay? This is the best case scenario, obviously. But then that begs the question, what's happened here? Obviously in the statement, she's saying the account was compromised by a third party, i.e. she got hacked by someone and they decided to troll and just put this like statement up. But then when you bear in mind all the information we were given yesterday, that doesn't really seem to add up too much, because in other articles you had statements that read like this. Claire Hope, the Canadian preteen internet rapper known as Lil Tay, has died, her management confirmed in a statement to Variety. The Instagram account of Lil Tay, a controversial teen rapper and social influencer, announced that she had died Wednesday, and the death was confirmed to The Hollywood Reporter by her former management. Now I don't know if it's present management or former management or whoever, because they're very conflicting, but it's saying that some form of management confirmed this. So if it was a hacker, why is some form of management confirming this? Either these news companies are lying, or an actual manager has decided to lie for some unknown reason. And people have been worried for Lil Tay for years now, because she hasn't been posting the usual content that she was doing at like 9 years old, which in itself is mental. Obviously there was a lot of heartbreaking videos that came out of that time, kind of proving that her family were putting her up to these videos and making her play characters that she clearly didn't want to play in them videos. And there was also a bunch more stuff that came out throughout the years that has people extremely worried. I mean, the bio on a YouTube account currently says, help me, and it's been like that since April, May time as people look back on Wayback Machine. There's also been stories posted throughout the years, like this one saying free Lil Tay, and people kind of are wondering what that's about. And then the most heartbreaking stuff that has been made public is Lil Tay is currently in a legal battle with her father. And I'm not going to show any of the images in this video for obvious reasons, but there are some absolutely heartbreaking and disgusting images of Lil Tay with injuries, and that are allegedly from her father, and there's an ongoing case for this, where also on top of that, apparently her father's took like a bunch of her money and like took control of her accounts and whatnot. I mean, here's a statement from Lil Tay's brother about their father. My sister Tay has been silent on social media for the past 3 years because her absent father, Chris Hope, served my mother a court order demanding control over Tay's money, career and custody. As a result, it was court ordered that my sister had to return to Vancouver, Canada. He has also requested for a court order to prevent her from speaking out about the truth. Since then, he has stolen millions of dollars from my sister and has taken control of all her funds. He's denied all of this. We've got quotes here saying, my daughter is hurting and she is angry. I regret that I was unable to stop all the negative things from happening to her. I am heartbroken about what has happened, not only to her, but also to my other family members, due to the past events and now due to the lies and harassment now posted on Instagram. So he's denied all of this. This is obviously an ongoing case and apparently was actually very close to being done, which makes this timing very strange that when this case was getting close to being completed and we were going to get a conclusion, this fake statement came out saying Lil Tay had passed away. And obviously we read in that article that Lil Tay doesn't have access to her funds. Maybe that means she doesn't have access to her Instagram account as well. And with this information has led a lot of people to believe that the account wasn't actually hacked and her parents probably had something to do with it as like a publicity stunt or something along them lines. I mean, here we have a tweet that says Lil Tay says her account was hacked and she is not dead. It was definitely not hacked and her family faked her death for social media clout. It was obvious yesterday. We got another tweet here saying Lil Tay's family claiming her and her brother had died and then blaming it on their Instagram being hacked. Got publicity stunt written all over it. Another one again saying, I do not for 1 second believe that Lil Tay's account was hacked. This is a publicity stunt, what many of us thought it was to begin with. She hasn't been relevant or active in years, so I can't even begin to comprehend who would have any motive to hack her. This is fucked. So yet again, it begs a question. Who is behind this, right? We've got her manager or ex-manager or whoever confirming that she's passed away. We've got the statement on Instagram confirming it. Then it turns out to not be true. In fact, a bunch of news companies were reaching out to her father to see if like this had actually happened, and he just said no comment. He can't confirm nor deny, which doesn't make any sense. Obviously, it could be the case that he just wasn't aware at the time and he didn't actually know himself, but with all this information coming out, there's something going on. In fact, we have another one of Lil Tay's former management coming out and saying, I don't believe anything that they say about the hacking. I'm glad she's okay. So we have people who've worked close with the family saying that they don't believe it for a second. So what has happened here? I mean, obviously the good news is, and the best news out of all of this, is that she's obviously not dead. She's safe, right? But obviously then the very disturbing news is that someone's done this. Someone's lied for some reason, and we don't know who. Obviously, people don't seem to believe the whole hacking situation. Maybe it was. Maybe someone did just hack the account and post this for some unknown reason, to be like a troll, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, there's clearly something very, very sketchy going on here. And yeah, I would love to know all your opinions in the comment section down below. Obviously, no one really knows. We are kind of just speculating at this point. I'm glad that she's okay. That is the main thing. But yeah, this situation is so fucking bizarre, and hopefully we'll have answers very soon, but I don't even know at this point. Like I said at the beginning, I was never going to make this video. I wasn't going to make a video about this situation if it did happen to be true, because, like, I don't know. I don't even know what I would say in that video. It would just seem a bit strange to me. Thankfully, it's not true, and instead we have this disgusting situation that's going on with hardly any answers, and yeah, we're gonna leave it there. So if you're new, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, goodbye.